G'day everybody, welcome back to our playthrough of Enshrouded. Hope you guys are doing well. As you can see, we're just hanging out here in the Nomad Highlands. I believe I've been calling this place the Pillars of Creation. Incorrect. The Pillars of Creation is apparently just this section here, I guess with these two sort of stretches of cliffs. With a sort of gap in the middle. I guess that's why it's called the Pillars. So, my bad, guys. Been calling the place the wrong thing all this time. We are out here because we're very, very close to our objective of trying to get the tanning station. So I'm going to set that as a waypoint. We're going to take down the flame here, or should we leave it? I'm not entirely sure. You know what, I'm just gonna get rid of it because I've already got a spare one in our inventory, so we should be able to just set down another one when we need it. And yeah, we'll set off on an adventure. Actually, we should be prepared, shouldn't we? I'll have some foods and stuff and make sure that we'll survive the journey. But while we're on the way, I will actually talk about what happened between the previous episode and this one. I have actually spent a bit of time doing mining and various other things, just gathering up materials, etc, etc. So we've got a lot of fossilized bone, we've got a lot of new crops that have been, I guess, foraged and grown. We also have a whole bunch more tin and a whole bunch more copper. Plenty of bronze that has also been created as a result of having both of those materials. So yeah, things are looking really, really promising. So I've done a lot of that homework beforehand. So we should be able to craft a lot of things, but that is not the only thing, or I guess that is not the biggest thing that has happened in between episodes. I have come to the realization that we can in fact make our own wells, and I just failed to see that Cade in fact has the ability to craft a water bucket, and the water buckets, as you know, are what's needed to actually make those wells. So if that is the case, then as I have been banging on for the last several episodes, we actually do need to move, because I kept saying that I'd probably move once we have the ability to fetch water, you know, independently and not have to rely on wells that might be strewn about in different locations. So yeah, I think we're going to be moving very, very soon, guys. I'm just sort of checking out this area. I have no idea what's going on here. There's a bit of copper here. But yeah, I guess I spent a lot of time between this episode and the last one also just looking at the various locations that are available to us and potentially good spots for setting out a base. I don't really want to call it the final base because, again, we could move a second time, who knows. We haven't exactly uncovered all of the maps, so you know, there could be plenty more to see and do, and better places to set things up, so I don't want to rush in and call things the final base. But at least I want to move to a place that is a little bit more central to everything, and also, yeah, some place that might be a little bit more beautiful than where we started off. And I'm sort of thinking that we should choose a location that is gonna give us like some nice views, so maybe some kind of area that's mountainous perhaps, and so I have actually made a decision after hours and hours of sort of checking out various areas. I've made the decision to move out in this location here. Sorry, no, that's not the right spot. So I initially thought maybe Hillock might be nice, but this is actually on the lower ground. This place here, Wistful Fields, might actually be the place that we want, because from here we can actually get a view of the entire area of the Springlands. Mind you, there's a lot of, you know, fog and a lot of shroud to look at as well, but it is on a nice hill, and it already has like some structures there, so, you know, like I've always sort of thought about whether or not I wanted to just simply take over an area and just call it my own, or if I wanted to do something else and just, you know, create things from scratch completely. So I guess I'm sort of going to be doing both of those things, because yes, there are some structures there and things that we can use immediately, but there's not enough for it to house all of the craftspeople that we have. So we are going to incorporate the structures, but we're also going to create new structures out there as well. So yeah, at this point in the game, once we get the tanning station, I would say that we are going to pivot quite heavily into a few episodes of building and crafting and making sure that we've got the home the way we want the home to be. And yeah, I'll be pretty satisfied if we can just, you know, do that initially, and then, you know, we can continue on our journey after that. So, but anyway, enough of that. Let me focus on trying to get to the tanning station. Well, I don't even know if the tanning station is going to be here exactly where the waypoint is, but perhaps maybe we're just going to run into a clue. So who knows, we might start the process of, you know, moving out to the new location immediately in this episode, or it could take us, you know, maybe another episode before we even start doing that, depending on what happens in this one. Trying my best to get there, though. Right, so looks like a very big sort of castle location there. I mean, considering we are here, I could move to the Highlands, the Nomad Highlands, if I wanted to, but this place looks so arid and dry, and I much prefer having a lot more greenery around me for my base. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be moving out here anytime soon, unless I find like a really cool spot. And it makes total sense to do so. Alright, so can we actually get in here? Yes, we can. Apparently, the thing that we're looking for is below us. We do have a bunch of these guys. They could be problematic. Brilliant. Okay. I'm sure there's probably more of those guys in there, so let's just take it slow. Some random planks there. Alright. And I'm just sort of having a think here about whether or not I should have had the veggie puree. Could have probably done a little bit better if we had like hazelnuts or something. Which, I mean, I do have hazelnuts actually. So maybe I'll just pull that into the slot. We'll wait until the veggie puree effects have worn off, and we can get into hazelnuts instead. Alright, let's not rush in. Let me just continue exploring up here. Who knows what we might find. Okay. I don't think I've seen a trap like that before. It's activated, like, immediately after we looted. There's something else up there. I'm not entirely sure where we can try and reach it from. Yeah, very interesting looking structure, basically built into the mountain. And, you know, speaking of building into the mountain, that could be something that we explored doing as well out where we've decided to set up our base, because there are a lot of mountains in the area, so we could dig into it and make some structures. Let's flip that. Alternatively, we could just build things the normal way. Yeah, also I might mention that the location that I've chosen is purely an aesthetic choice, guys. I haven't obviously gone for min-maxing at all, and I guess you guys would have noticed by now that this playthrough is definitely not all about that. I'm really just fumbling my way through the playthrough. But yeah, there are plenty of other locations that you could go for that would provide you the maximum number of comfort without having to really put too much effort into, you know, keeping the, or designing the space yourself. Which, yeah, I didn't really want to go for that because I sort of wanted to do both a little bit of crafting myself and, you know, a little bit of repairing as well. I keep getting these mysterious flasks. It does actually give you plus 30% damage. Might not be a bad thing to use. No better than us. We're all alone in this desolate hole. They just left us to rot in the cells. Hope they all choke on dust. And me too. Me? I said I was innocent. There'd be chaos without her. They call her the matron, Lupa. Even the rowdiest of rats whimper when she steps near. She spews when she speaks. Liquid leaks from her lips, acidic and vile. Always a hint of ethanol in the air. She has a plan. There's no breaking through the gate, but hollow walls. She says a cavern behind her cell. She's got help from outside. A sister, I hear. Perhaps we can break through. Alright, let's just take a look here. I'm guessing... Yeah, alright. Explore Raven's Keep. We do have this tag. Yeah, okay, it should still be here somewhere. I was sort of thinking perhaps maybe that's given us a clue as to where to go. Alright, maybe through here first. I'm probably gonna just take out a wisp here. That way I don't have to keep swapping to my torch. And based on what we've read there could actually be a boss in this area. Could be problematic. If it's one of those matron-style bosses, then, you know, we've seen them before and they can be a handful, actually. Alright. Must be a mechanism to open that somewhere. That was pretty simple. Fancy stone blocks. Cool. Right then. The letter there. Let's just check out some of the other rooms though. Okay, always a bit of a problem when we're facing against those types of scavengers. I'm surprised the game hasn't exactly like thrown us like 2 of them or 3 of them at a time. So that'd be a big challenge. Really difficult, I think, to deal with. Maybe if we can, you know, sort of keep them in front of us at all times, we might actually be able to survive a little bit more. Okay, I guess it's just going to be that door with the letter in it. I will reach you. Lupa. I could no longer wait. With bated breath, I traveled to Umber Hollow to confront the contractor. At knife point, he told me that you'd escaped out of the frying pan and into the fire. He said you'd been arrested and locked up in Raven's Keep. Do not worry. His throat is slit, his body cold. He won't bother our family again. They all wither and die the same, mirrored pieces of the same puzzle. Raven's Keep cannot hold you, sister. I will set you free. Stay sharp and ready for my rescue. We shall have our revenge and unite this land. By your side, Kendall. Okay, I wonder if this is what we're looking for? Nope. Lupa's scalper. 37. Upgradable, but not exactly the weapon that we want to use, though. So just gonna quickly salvage that. Obtain the tanning station from Lupa's Lair. Alright. Okay, so it's taking us to a completely different location. Righto then. Righto then. Okay, a lot of these Vuka. Ooh, almost dropped into that one. Alright, well, let's do what we need to do. undergrowth staff. Looks cool, but better as salvage. Okay, and actually this takes us back out as well. Kinda cool. What's going on here? Glory to Matron Lupa. We broke through the wall. Lupa simply blew the stone apart. Behind the rubble there really was a cave. We flung ourselves right into a group of Vuka, but the matron in her blighted rampage, she nearly skinned them alive. She tames all beasts. They cower and flinch in front of her infamy. We won't stop here. We'll claim the world. Raven's Keep is just the beginning. Lupa's sister will take Surat's rest while we build a lair of our own to eclipse Umber Hollow. Glory to Matron Lupa. Okay, so I guess there was like some kind of a prison break. That's what I'm sort of getting out of all of that. Right. So back this way. It'd probably be faster if we went to the spire and tried to just glide our way down here. So there's no point in us sort of hanging around here. Maybe we should just go home, do some repairing, maybe replenish a few foods and stuff like that, and we can hopefully get going. In fact, I might actually do some gathering right now, just to kill a little bit of the night away. Cool. Yeah, I was also sort of looking at a lot of recommendations of, you know, good starter bases and stuff like that online. And I came across a whole bunch of tips on how to get unlimited water and all that sort of stuff as well, so hopefully we'll be able to implement some of that into the playthrough. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if those sort of unlimited resource tricks are, I guess, there by design, or whether or not it's something that might be patched out later on. Okay, we have got a lot of stuff, don't we? Let's just throw most of that in there. And I'll do a little bit of other tidying up as well. Throw that there. I'm gonna start eating our bird meat, actually. We've got 18, so I think it's about time. And I'm sure we're going to be finding even more. So aloe, I'll probably put aloe here as well. Flax, let's actually dump our flax into the spindle. I'll delete this actually, I probably won't be using it. Alright, so a whole bunch of other random things. Some planks. Throw that in here. Building materials I also need to stash away. Okay, so just gonna start by also just replenishing our chamomile tea. And oh, what is this? Just plain old sugar. from sugar canes. Interesting. And do I want to make more bandages? I guess I probably don't need to because we still have the clean bandages here, so I'll just use those up. That in there, and yeah, better actually split the water, and we'll drop both of those in to here. And in terms of farming, I might actually come back to that, and I'll do that between episodes. So let's repair and let's have a sleep, then we'll be off. Hopefully we get to that tanning rack by the end of this episode. Bloody hell. It's taken a while. Alright, so let's teleport our way up there. And we'll glide back down. So let's have a meat dish. And really, Flask of the Fell might not be a bad idea. I haven't used Flask of the Fell this time around. Okay, so let me just have a think, though. So, I don't know if this place is within the Shroud or outside of it. Would it be better for us to hug the corners of the Shrouded area? And if we do need to go into the Shroud, we'll go closer to where the tanning station might be. I think that's probably a wise move. We haven't exactly been here either, this little castle town. There seems to be a few things going on there. Do we want to drop down and just check it out? Dragon's Maw. Keep your nimble fingers close. Don't venture into caves and cliffs. A dragon guards the lonely tunnels, sleeping quiet, stiff. It holds a sword inside its maw, but do not grab it. Little one, to keep your fingers 1 through 10, you'd have to quickly run. For tiny hands and pockets, its swords just way too big, and with bared fangs to block it, the dragon's just too quick. So keep away from Dragon's Maw, stay home and near the city. Do not take what isn't yours, and keep your fingers pretty. I don't know if it's talking about the big, fossilized dragon bone there. Possibly. Okay. I mean, I could look around a little bit more, but I'm not really that interested at the moment. We may find ourselves needing to go back there for some other type of quest, for example, so I'm gonna get bogged down in searching for treasures that I don't exactly need. Do I want to follow the lower road, or do I want to follow this road? Buka Cave Passage. Yeah, these guys are getting a little bit spongy, aren't they? Alright, so we've got a shrouded sort of cave down there. I wonder if this is actually just going to connect to the lower road. It might. Okay. Let's go back in there. Ah, these flying critters are the worst. Where are we? Yeah, okay. So that's a pathway down and pathway back up, obviously, so could be pretty content knowing that this exists and we should be able to get in and out. Getting close. Ow. Possibly a way out from there. Another cave. Probably leading to a flame sanctum, actually. Let me actually go that way instead, because we should be able to improve our shroud timer by hanging out here. Yes, and we should also hopefully find some resources. prove useful. Alchemical base. Definitely. I'm still quite desperate to find, I think it's nitrate or something, or at least the ability to make nitrate. Grab the sparks. Okay. Continuing on, looks like we do need to eat a little bit more. No, okay, guys. We need to be up there. So, my bad, my bad. I feel like we need to try and get to this spot first. Okay, well... Can I fast travel from the Flame Sanctum? That's probably a good question. If it's not shrouded. But I think it could still be considered to be shrouded, right? We might actually have to run further out. We are still enshrouded from here. Okay. Do I want to attempt to climb this? Could. Though if we fall, it does mean certain death. Yeah, it's doable. Doable. Actually, that's not a bad thing to actually climb up there, because we ended up exactly where we needed to be. I was going to teleport ourselves back to the spire, but maybe that's not necessary. Or maybe it still is. Goodness me. Right, how tall is that thing? I wonder if there's a way up this way, if we continue. Alright, I'm gonna explore, but I get a bad feeling that we're not going to get to the tanning station this episode. Got another cave passage here, and I'm sort of hoping that this will lead us up. Yeah, okay, very good. Yeah, I thought it would, because Avuka, they don't exactly like the Shroud either, if I'm not mistaken. So... But it's strange that they would have a cave that is, like, right next to the Shroud, though. 1 second, guys. Okay, back again. Sorry about that, guys. I sort of accidentally locked out Mrs. Blue, and I had to make sure that I unlocked the door for her. She was obviously none too happy. Do I even need to fight these guys? Maybe I don't. Maybe I can just leave them alone. Alright. I just decided to finish these guys off because they do actually have some decent loot, particularly the bird meat, which I do want to try and get a supply of, so... Right, this is not a bad spot, although not exactly where we need to be. I almost wonder whether or not there is an entry point from the Shroud this way. And perhaps maybe we would be going to the Elixir Well and then that way. Either way, we could put a flame altar down in this area, and we could pretty much start from this place if we wanted to. But yeah, at least we found a way out. We just need to try and find our way to that castle and bridge. Oh, even more bones out here. I mean, since we found the first, like, large, like, rib cage out there, do we even need, like, another source? I feel like it's a bit excessive. Because we can essentially get so much of that fossilized bone already. Plus it's closer to the spire. Bounty barn. What kind of bounty are we talking about here? If it's the chocolate variety, I'm all for it. But, yeah, for those of you who might not be Australian, which are probably the majority of you guys, Bounty is basically a chocolate bar that you can get here. It's for sale, like, pretty much everywhere in the supermarkets. And it's basically a chocolate bar that has, like, coconut shreds in it, or shredded coconuts, rather. And yeah, it's really, really nice, actually. I do like a good Bounty bar. They're a little bit small, though, I have to say, compared to some of the other chocolate bars that you can get. I'll grab all of these. Yeah, a bit of copper here as well. But there is something else here, right? Like all of this. Wheat and straw. Okay, yes. Now we're talking. So hopefully with wheat, we can now start making like things like bread and stuff like that. Because that's going to be kind of exciting. We'll grab all of it. Yeah, I can leave the spider alone. Okay, I think we're done here. We are actually getting very close to this question mark here. Again, I have no idea what this place is exactly. I suppose it might just be some kind of a town. Might be up there, actually. Good kitties. I was just about to say they don't seem interested, but no, they are. Totally interested. Oh, it's actually a shroud root. Well, we'll take care of that. Might be a little bit messy here, though. Ooh, okay. Very messy. Damn it. Oh, I got way too confident there. Oh, and we've started so far away. And I am already in the shroud as well. This is frustrating. Yeah, I should have put a flame altar down immediately. And come to think of it, I may have also made the mistake of not having a hazelnut to increase our damage output. Right. Let me try this again. I mean, we've already done it once, so we know it's doable. There we go. Right. Yeah, I just gotta go through the same cave as before. We know that we can get through. Try and ignore all the critters. I guess we have been adventuring for a very long time, and one other thing that I'm sort of forgetting about is the fact that we aren't actually rested, and we haven't been rested for a while. I think it was this way, and yeah, here, got a pathway that leads upwards. So where's our stuff? Up there. Just set that as a waypoint. Trying to remember how we got up there in the first place. Man, these kitties, they hit so hard. Ah yes, there it is. Should be able to get up from there. Question is, do I have what it takes to take out the shroud root? Or am I going to be making the same mistake as before? Well, one thing's for certain, I do want to just at least get a flame altar in. That way, if we do die, we'll just be starting from here. It's very, very close to the enemy though. But what I can do is I can actually go home and quickly grab a rested buff from there. Yeah, that should give us even better chance at taking these things out. But yeah, let's go for our stuff though. Just sitting over there. Boom. Very good. Now, the shroud root. Let's do it. I'm not seeing the same number of enemies as before. Maybe I just simply got lucky with the amount of enemy spawns this time. Oh, I thought the enemy spawns were kind of persistent, so maybe the enemies have just wandered off somewhere else. Okay, not too bad. Let me see. We are getting very, very close to our objective, though. In hindsight, what I could do is... or what I could have done is actually craft another flame altar. I don't have... or do I? I might have the stone for it. But regardless, I do need to repair. Yeah, let's go for a flame altar. I'll go back out. And if I'm gonna place a flame altar anywhere, it'll probably be on the lower ground that way. So let me get rid of this. Or do I even need to do that? I'm just sort of having another think here. Probably not. I could just leave that. And... yeah, there's no reason for us to get rid of it, I think. We'll leave it there, and... yeah, in the next episode we'll probably start from here. I'm just sort of wanting to poke around in the area to see what we can find. Okay. Onwards, this way. Where's the material? That kid is playing tricks on me again. I told Phil to bring some regular stone blocks for the bridge repairs. Sure, he didn't seem happy, but he's young and spry. He can carry them with ease. Of course he just drops them off and scurries away. You're sure to find them on your own, pup. Don't break your back. Such a rabble-rouser. Now where are the blocks? Okay, there's this little section here with a bit of treasure. Alright. And then this should get us to the tanning station. Okay, cool, guys. I think I'm gonna call the episode here. When we start, we're obviously gonna start from that ledge over there. We'll drop down, we'll get to the tanning station, and I think the next episode we'll play around with it a little bit, and then I'm gonna promptly start thinking about moving to... what was the name of the area again? Wistful Fields. Yeah, I sort of wanted to take us there this episode just to take a look at the site, but I guess I'll be doing that tomorrow, or sorry, the next episode anyway. As usual, guys, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, otherwise stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.